Gabby, not here. Eric, Lara. Amanda is here. Junior is here. Sol is here. Alexa, Ryston, not here. Kimberly, not here. Tanya, not here. Zahori, not here. Shamira is here. Kellyanne is here. Giselle, not here. Padilla is here. Make sure that you have a paper, Rahul. Anybody who doesn't have a paper? Juan, do you have a paper? Eric, get a paper, please. Grab a paper. Everybody got one? Okay. Okay, I want you to write your name on it. At the end of the period, you're gonna turn it in for a grade, right? Now, the challenge is how to get the strategy for it, right? Get the strategy, know about the strategy in solving word problem. Nori's here, Gabby's here, Ryston, Kimberly, Tanya is here. Okay, I'm just going to discuss, okay, what are the learning targets for it, okay? Can you read it, okay? All the learning targets. Tanya, can you read it? All the learning targets for today? Identify.
Identify the characteristics of a word problem. Translate the word problem into a math word and word problem. Realize the prescribed strategies of any incorrect answer.
Okay, so those are the ones that we're trying to find the strategy for it. Make sure that you write your name on it. Shamari, do you have a paper? No. Write your name and make sure that you don't have a pencil. No. There you go, Shamari.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Before we go to one problem, what's gonna be, which one should go first? Here. Sophia, what do you think? Word problem, right? You know, word problem, there's a lot of wordings on it, right? A lot of phrases, there might be 2 or 3 sentences on it. Sometimes it's a full paragraph for it, right? That's why I think this is the most unpopular problem in math, word problems, right? Now, what do you think is the first thing to do in a word problem? Sophia. Read all of them first, and then tell me which one should go first. What's the first one? Read the entire problem. Do you agree with that? Mary, do you agree with that? Read the entire problem first. So, it's gonna be this. What should be the second one? Xavier, what's gonna be the second one? After you read the entire problem, according to Sophia, read the entire problem first, if it's a word problem. And then what's gonna be the second one? Write down. Write down the actual question. I write down the actual question. It's number 2. Now, after you write down, now, what is another word for it? If you don't want to write it because it's already there, underline it, right? Underline. After you read the problem, underline what is the question, right? And that's in place of write down the actual question. Why do you have to write it down if it's already there, right? You can just underline it. What else? What is the third one? Solve. What is the third one? Double check the question. Okay, let's see if that is gonna be right. Double check the question. Let's put it here, okay? So that if we see the, double check the question is number 3, write down the actual question is number 2. What's gonna be the fourth one, if that's the case? It might be wrong, it might be right, okay? The one that we have. But we're trying to know what it's gonna be, right? What should be the fourth one, if that's the case? Gabby, what's gonna be the fourth one? Translate the words into math, okay? Oh. 4. And then the last one is solve the problem. Let's see whether that one is right or how many we got it right. Okay, the first one. We are right. Read the entire problem. So that's a strategy. Read the entire problem. What is the only problem here? We don't want to read, or most of you don't want to read. Isn't it? Right? If there are word problems and there are choices for it, because maybe of so many words, we tend to be complacent on it. Okay, second one. Write down the question. Xavier is right. Write down the question or underline the question. What's being asked? Let's see the third one. Double check the question. No, it's not. So translate the words into math. After you underline the question or write down the question, translate the words into math, and then solve the problem, and then double check the question. Why do you think we have to double check the question? Eric, why do you think we have to double check the question as the very last one in word problem? What is the reason behind it? Because we solved it already, right? Why do you think we have to double check the question? Be sure that it's correct. Sometimes we solve some problem, right? And actually the question is not that, right? There is one more step to get it, right? That's why we have to double check it, okay? So those are the ones. That is a strategy. So what's the strategy all about? What is the first thing? What is the first thing, Mary? What are you going to do first? Read the problem. Second, what's going to be? Amanda, what's going to be the second one after reading the problem? Because I want you to apply it in the paper that I gave you for a grade. What is the second one? Amanda, what is the number 2 here? Where? Write down the actual question. But if the question is already there, you can just underline it, right? Underline what is the question. So once you read it, underline the question anyway, because the question is already there, right? It's written already. Number 3, translate the words into math. Okay? After that, translate the words into math. It means the clue there, the numbers, the words, it has to be in math, either an equation or expression. And then the fourth one is solve the problems. Once you got the clue, you solve it, right? And then number 5, double check the question, just like what Alan said, Eric said, that we have to double check the question because sometimes there's one more step that we need in order to get the right answer. Okay, let's apply that here, right? Because the one that I'm gonna write, that I'm gonna check is the strategy, whether you understand it or not. Let's have the first one. Yes. After this one, I'm trying to get you. Hold on, okay. Which one is the first one? I'm gonna let you. Who's the one who's? Okay, it's gonna be. Okay, read the first one. Can you read it? Kellyanne, can you read it, please? Okay, okay, 2 years after she found it. So we read the question. What is the second strategy for it? We write down the question. Now, I don't want to write down the question. I just want to underline it, right? What should be underlined here? What do you think? What is the question? Artiaga, what is the question? Let's underline the question. After you read it, you underline the question. What should be underlined? Awesome. What was the value of the base 2 years after she found it? What is so special about antiques? Did they appreciate or did they depreciate? Did it go higher in price, or did it go as years go by, or did it go lower in price? Higher, right? That's why the word appreciation for it. Unlike a car, right? A car, when you bought it brand new, then it's gonna be after a year, the value of it tends to become lower, right? It depreciates. Now, this one here, what is the initial cost? Let's write down the initial cost. What is the initial cost? When she found it? 30,000. That must be an expensive base, right? 30,000. And then when somebody, imagine that base is like this, and then you just, and it's broken. Your 30,000 is out already, right? Okay, now, how about the cost after 5 years? How much is the cost after 5 years? 36,000. Okay? 36,000. So, what was the value of the base? 2 years. So how much is the yearly value of the base? The increased value of the base yearly. For 5 years, how much is the increase in cost? So, how much is the increase in cost after 5 years? $6,000, right? 36 minus 30, $6,000. That was added to it. But that was 5 years. So how much is the one per year? How much is the cost, the increase per year? This one is the increase for 5 years. How much is the increase per year? Jalia, if 6,000 is the cost, is the increase for 5 years, how much is the increase per year? 1,000. And how did you do that, Jalia? By 5. 6,000 by 5. So it's going to be, did you say 1,200? $1,200 per year. Per year. So how much will be the value of it after 2 years? After 2 years, how much is going to be, Artiaga? So per year, it's 1,200, right? How much is the cost of the base after 2 years? Remember, the cost of it should be between 30,000 and 36,000, right? But each year, there is a 1,200 increase. How much at the end of the 2 years? 2,400. So which one? How much is the cost of the base now at the end of the 2 years? Will it be A, B, C, or D? B. And that's how we solve it, isn't it? Right? So what are the strategy here? We read it. We didn't write the question. Number 2 says we write the question, but we underline it. I want to see underline in your paper so that it's gonna be the writing of the question. And then turning words into math, right? 6,000 increase divided by 5, 1,200 per year. And then, what was the value of the base after? So per year is 1,200. So 2 years is another 1,200 for a total of 2,000.